2 Samuel chapter 9 illustrates a beautiful act of kindness and grace extended by David to a member of Saul's house. David, now firmly established as king over Israel, inquires if there is anyone left from Saul's household to whom he can show kindness for the sake of his covenant with Jonathan, Saul's son and David's dear friend. David learns about Mephibosheth, the crippled son of Jonathan, who is living in the house of Machir in Lo-Debar. David sends for Mephibosheth and offers him a place at the king's table, promising to provide for him and treat him as his own son. This act of kindness is significant as it honors David's covenant with Jonathan and shows mercy and generosity toward a member of Saul's house. Mephibosheth, who had lived in fear and hiding due to his lineage, is overwhelmed by David's compassion. He acknowledges his unworthiness and expresses gratitude for the grace shown to him by the king. David's kindness not only blesses Mephibosheth but also symbolizes the restoration of a relationship between the house of Saul and David. In summary, 2 Samuel chapter 9 showcases David's gracious act of kindness and his commitment to honoring the covenant he had with Jonathan. It highlights David's compassion and mercy in extending grace to Mephibosheth, despite his physical disability and his connection to Saul's house. This chapter reflects the theme of reconciliation and the importance of honoring promises and covenants in biblical narratives. Let's now read 2 Samuel chapter 9. And David said, "Is there yet any that is left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake?" And there was of the house of Saul a servant whose name was Ziba. And when they had called him unto David, the king said unto him, "Art thou Ziba?" And he said, "Thy servant is he." And the king said, "Is there not yet any of the house of Saul, that I may show the kindness of God unto him?" And Ziba said unto the king, "Jonathan hath yet a son, which is lame on his feet." And the king said unto him, "Where is he?" And Ziba said unto the king, "Behold, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, in Lo-Debar." Then King David sent, and fetched him out of the house of Machir, the son of Ammiel, from Lo-Debar. Now when Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, was come unto David, he fell on his face, and did reverence. And David said, "Mephibosheth." And he answered, "Behold thy servant." And David said unto him, "Fear not, for I will surely show thee kindness for Jonathan thy father's sake, and will restore thee all the land of Saul thy father, and thou shalt eat bread at my table continually." And he bowed himself, and said, "What is thy servant, that thou shouldest look upon such a dead dog as I am?" Then the king called to Ziba, Saul's servant, and said unto him, "I have given unto thy master's son all that pertained to Saul and to all his house. Thou therefore, and thy sons, and thy servants, shall till the land for him, and thou shalt bring in the fruits, that thy master's son may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth thy master's son shall eat bread alway at my table." Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then said Ziba unto the king, "According to all that my lord the king hath commanded his servant, so shall thy servant do. As for Mephibosheth, said the king, he shall eat at my table, as one of the king's sons." And Mephibosheth had a young son, whose name was Miha. And all that dwelt in the house of Ziba were servants unto Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat continually at the king's table, and was lame on both his feet. This ends our reading of 2 Samuel chapter 9.